Hi guys! So this presentation is on the topic Games in Education. My name is Natalie Haas and I will be giving this presentation. So let's start with the basics. What do I mean when I say games in education? Let me start off by saying I am not talking about the use of violent competitive games in the classroom. I am talking about educational games used as formative learning assessments that address the student's need for a motivating learning environment, as well as the teacher's need for reliable, real-time data on students' present levels of performance. These games are actually more similar to a simulation of real-life contexts. Think of these simulations as being more interactive than a virtual anatomy lab, but less game-like than a Nintendo game. In educational games, there are no reward systems or levels of increasing difficulty, but rather using underlying instructional models to teach behavior and content. The next obvious question is, why are these games important in our culture? Well, I'm glad you asked, because in our increasingly digitalized culture, these games teach our students the important life skills needed for our economy and job market. Some of the skills these students are learning are collaboration, creativity, and digital citizenship. The students learn collaboration by sharing helpful tips and tricks with their classmates. They learn creativity by the nature of the game itself, like, wow, I can't believe there's an app for that. They learn digital citizenship by using their technology wisely. There are many other skills students learn, but those are the big ones. Games in education also create real-life experiences in a safe context. The student learns how to act and react in certain contexts, as well as learning new academic material. Games are being used more and more in our classrooms. They impact our education by teaching us material in every subject: math, science, social studies, English, and even some electives. Games are also being used to increase students' digital literacy to help them develop their digital citizenship, as I just mentioned. The main issue with games in education is that not all students have access to the technology these games are played on. Therefore, the big question is how to bring these games to all students in every part of the country. This brings me to my next point of how games encourage the new role a teacher plays in the classroom. In the coming years, a general education teacher may go from being the be-all end-all of instructional material to being a helpful facilitator of students' exploration of material. Some of the ISTE standards for teachers that will be met are Standard 2, Design and Develop Digital Age Learning Experiences and Assessments; Standard 3, Model Digital Age Work and Learning; and Standard 4, Promote and Model Digital Citizenship and Responsibility. It will be important for teachers to adapt their teaching methods to meet these standards. Games in education address the changing role of the teacher by helping them understand the epistemology, or nature of, foundations for the new technology. By understanding the nature of the games, teachers will be able to serve the most amount of students. Equally important are the implications for special educators such as myself. Games in education have been used in special education settings to teach students with intellectual disabilities, learning disabilities, and students with emotional behavioral disorders. By introducing an atypical learning tactic, students with diverse learning needs are being served. Educational games have had a profound effect on our students. Studies conducted by research organization SRI have shown that children who used game assessments had a 12% higher level of achievement than their peers who used standard assessment methods. The study concludes that the higher achievement done by students lies in the act of learning and better understanding the contextualized experience provided by the games. In the world of education, a 12% difference in achievement is very significant. Now I want you to take the time to watch this video by Edutopia titled Schools Use Games for Learning and Assessment. While you watch the video, I want you to think about the effectiveness of the lessons these schools are giving their students versus what you experienced as a student in school. To conclude, how our children learn today is how they will work tomorrow. The skills and ways they learn in school affects their future job and work ethic, so we must provide relevant knowledge and delivery to these students. Second, games in education are not just for general education students, they can be used in special education as well. However, if you are using games in education in a special education setting, it is important to remember any accommodations and/or modifications that your student requires on their individualized education plan. Finally, the increased use of games in education better allows teachers and students to meet the ISTE Standards of Education from 2016, as mentioned in this presentation. Thanks for listening, y'all. I hope this presentation showed you the increasing importance of games in education, as well as their contribution to our current and future students and society as a whole. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.